Okay, here I am in Dublin, Ohio, and we're outside of Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, we went through Cincinnati on the way here, right? Okay, so I should probably use this so it can actually feed into the camera. This has been a really good day, right? You guys all looked a little bit in shock at the end when you learned about what AI was really going to do, but I think it was good. I think it was really good. So I'm going to start with a softball question for the three of you. Let's first introduce you, Miss Melissa Prohaska. Did I say Prohaska right? Okay. Curriculum Instructional in Middletown City Schools. And you're on both sides of the spectrum, curriculum and tech.
Yes.
Okay, good. And you hid your badge, right? Adam Beggrow, Technology Director, Hamilton Local School District. This is a good mix of people. And Assistant Superintendent, Brian. I'm like blanking on your name now. Brian Seymour. Brian, you and I have known each other forever, but I've had a long day.
Yes. Okay.
Brian Seymour. So you're assistant superintendent, and so you've got HR, you've got this, you've got that, and everything. I'm going to start with him first, and then come back so you guys can think about your answer because I put you on the spot anyway. What are you happy about? What's making you happy, and what are you proud of right now? Like, then we'll go into the whole AI scenario, but let's ground it there. What's really cool with you guys right now?
So our school district is Whitehall City Schools. We are a very small urban school district, about 3,400 students, and we are growing, which is what makes me really happy.
Wow.
So out of 3,400, when I first started 4 years ago, we were at 3,100. So 300 kids growing. We are growing because the families are seeing the importance of what we're doing. So 4 years ago, when myself and the current superintendent started, our state report card was at a 2 stars. We're now at 3.5 stars, which is fantastic. We're offering new opportunities for kids.
Yeah.
We're building the culture and climate to where teachers want to stay. We're looking at retention rates that are fantastic. The first year when we were there, we lost and had to rehire 130 people out of 400 staff members. This past year, we only hired 53 new people. So we are doing some great things and giving kids and teachers some great opportunities in our district.
Wow. Is that rural? Are you guys semi-rural?
We are very urban,
Wow.
very urban. Very low economics. So about 65% of our families live at or below the poverty line, 100% free lunch.
But growing.
And incredibly diverse, yes.
Yeah, you are a really unique scenario.
Yeah.
You're very unique.
Yeah.
Because mostly I'm seeing rural turned suburban growth, right? Buckeye Union out in Arizona, some parts of around Houston, that's where the growth is.
Yeah, we have a very innovative mayor now that has basically condemned and knocked down 3 slumlord apartment complexes and rebuilt them, and now they are going up. So instead of being single family small dwellings, they're now 3, 4, 5-story tall condos, apartments, things like that.
Well, he sounds like a fun guy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, good. So over to you. What are you most proud of?
Oh man. One thing I'm really proud of at Hamilton Local School District, which we talk about Bryan and Whitehall being a unique district, and I would say our school district is almost a mirror of them, which is kind of funny that we're both in the same place at the same panel. Similar demographics as far as like school district size and population, and I think it's really we're probably the most affordable Franklin County school districts in the area. So I think that's kind of what makes up the demographics of what we are. I'm really proud of, though, is in my role as a technology director, we're providing technology to students that otherwise wouldn't have it all the time. And I think we're providing a good experience, and teachers and students are enjoying what they have. And the reason I'm here is so we can provide what's coming later at the appropriate time. So that's my answer.
That's awesome. Good thing to be proud of. All right, Melissa, what are you proud of?
Ironically, our demographics are very similar, but we're larger. We have 6,200 students. We're located in between Dayton, Cincinnati, Middletown. And what we're really moving forward in is careers. We're in the 4th year of our Passport to Tomorrow initiative. And with that is we're making sure every student has an experience. Our saying is, you got to see it to be it, and dream today and rise tomorrow. And we actually started with our elementaries. every elementary student in K-6 has a Passport to Tomorrow class where they explore all 6 career fields throughout the year, and we build on it as they go. We rolled it into the middle school 2 years ago, and this year we are just getting our high school. Most people start the high school, but we started the elementaries to give us time to rebuild the high school and redesign it. Our first step in redesigning the high school is we completely overhauled the program of study. It used to be that old 55-page, here's your course and here's this. It is all around the career fields and career clusters. So if a student wants to go into, let's say, engineering, a student can turn and literally look and say, oh, these are the classes that we offer in Middletown that go towards engineering. So it's completely rehabbed. It's just a different way to look at how you select your classes. But we're in year 4. I mean, it's been a beautiful experience to watch the students. They get so excited, especially elementary students, to go into their Passport to Tomorrow class because they have fire trucks. We have all kinds of speakers come in. We are working with Adopt a Class. We have partnerships with over 100 businesses that come in and speak to our students. So it's been a really positive change for Middletown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That was experience just hearing about all that. That was amazing, right? Well, this is some really good innovation that we've been seeing here just from the 3 of you, like what you're dealing with. You're here to learn about, you're actually doing some stuff and innovating the kids forward with like where their own pathways are going to go. You're still growing, which is completely awesome. We talked a lot about AI and really where it's going so that you can own it and you can control it. I'm going to start again with you. What were your thoughts and your takeaways for today?
So a lot of this for me, from my role as deputy superintendent, is where are my leaders at in the district and where are my adults at? Because I know that we could roll something out and it could be the best it ever could be, but if the adults aren't there and the leaders aren't there. So one of the things we've had the opportunity with is building capacity of our district office folks on AI, because there's a lot of them that either don't use it, have never used it, aren't fans of technology, anything like that. And if we're really truly going to make an impact in the district, I got to work with them first. So our director of technology, our curriculum folks, our superintendent, we've all been going through kind of a boot camp session with Future Ready out of Washington, D.C. To really build our capacity, because every district in Ohio has to have an AI policy built by next summer. We're waiting for Ohio to release their piece. It's supposed to be in December. Hopefully it comes out then. But really, for me, it's about what can I do to make the adults get in place to be able to support the implementation of that.
But they're building really probably, and then we'll have them send the mic to you. They're building really probably from the viewpoint of you're using consumer commercial AI.
Correct. Yeah.
Not you're owning it.
Nothing yet, but.
Well, yeah, I feel like they're already behind where the market's actually at. Like,
correct.
Government always is like that, right? They're like, everybody march over here, and everybody's already like, we're already over there. Like, we're already going this way, right?
But that's how education's always been. It's the adults are always behind the kids, and we're always behind the business world or whatever. So now it's a matter of how can we play catch up and how can we do it right? Because we don't have time to waste on things that aren't going to work.
That are dorky. Yeah. And what's your opinion on all that?
Oh gosh, these are hard questions to answer, honestly. Really, one of my philosophies with AI is I want to throw everything I possibly can at our students, at our staff to use, but everybody's so hesitant to use it. What can make people comfortable to use these products? What's gonna stick? Because we are at a time where it's like, there's a gap. Technology bridges that gap. Kids in all of our districts need that advancement over some other kids that have their foot in the door somewhere else already. So how do we plan to be able to give these kids the resources and tools to use them the right way, where we can, help them later down the road? So it's scary. You go up and look, and you're looking at these models of cohorts of students and getting them in the right place and having it be fluid, where we're right now just throwing 30 kids in a room and saying, let's go. So it's
hope they show up that day.
Yeah. Let's hope they show up.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
Different future. Yeah.
This has been a great day, and hearing everybody share out and making connections, because we're all in the same place, but some districts are a little further than other districts. It's just great to compare ideas. It's a lot, and it's coming at us fast, as we've said today. I think it's a challenge for smaller school districts, because this is a full-time job, along with to do it right and to roll it out.
Well, you
It
have
takes
at
time.
least 2 jobs.
I
that
have
you
I have a
do
couple
by
hats. I have a
yourself.
couple hats that I
Yeah.
wear. I immediately go to the weeds, and people tell me, you go to the weeds, because if it's not going to work, I don't care how great the idea is. Yeah. So I might go into the weeds going, okay, how do I do this? How can I manipulate this? What can we place to go to that to get it to work? Because my mind's spinning in a positive way. The gears are going, like, how can we ease this in to start moving forward? Because we've only done basics, where it's just that consumer component of that. We have not taken the next step. There's financial concerns, and we're blessed to have a lot of PD, but in the state of Ohio, we have dyslexia law, we have those trainings, and so PD time is absorbed with some of the state requirements. So how does this fit in to also, we have to do the state requirements too. So like I said, this has really got my gears going and thinking, but how do we get it all in to meet that need? Because it's coming fast.
Yeah.
It's really here.
Yeah, it's already here. We got to get ready. Yeah, so I think that's a really question, because I think what we talked about a lot today was curriculum, right? I know you come from the tech side. Now you're on both sides. She's on both sides. You're mostly on the tech side, but you have to talk to all those curriculum people all day, every day, probably, right? I think we have a very slow moving battleship all the time. But what we're doing is education in order to do something for the kids and the adult learners. Whereas the AI world is just saying, ask and I will give you the text, right? That's what AI is doing right now. This is the experience. So the expectation in the outside industries is immediately upskill yourself for whatever I ask you to do. So in other words, the human experience is going to soon become, I need this from you. If you tell me I don't know how to do that, that's not my job description, what? I'm going to look at you the same way I look at AI. I need to put another script down in you, right? Like, I need to re-script you, or I'll just exchange you. And you know what I'll exchange you for? Do you see where I'm coming from? We are training the human mind to run a script or an ask on a screen and get something. And as a manager, if you go to a human and you go, I need this, blah, 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 if they give you any guff, what's going to be your gut feeling as they give you that? I don't know, I can't do it, blah, 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 blah. That's going to take too long. I'm blah, blah, I don't know. What's your feeling if you've been using a lot of AI? I want you to respond to this, because I think what I'm really putting in front of you is what's happening in the consumer, the parent and student mind within the next 2 years, and what that will mean for you as an entity. What does that really mean? Because I know it's slow, but it's going to be high pressure.
So I'm going to give you an answer you probably don't want. I'm going to push back a little bit.
I want to hear.
We're dealing with a completely different set of rules than what the consumers are. Your comment of, hey, if you don't know how to do this, I'm just going to get rid of you. I can't do that. He's got a union behind him. He's got a contract behind him.
Plus, we kind of like him now. We've been with him all day.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Not that I'm trying to get rid of you, right? But I think we're dealing with a entity that was established in the 1800s or even earlier than that looks very similar to what it did previously, and is, as you said, is very slow to make those changes. Mm-hmm. And the models that you showed, I would be totally geeked out to see this actually happening. Angie and I were talking a little bit. It kind of sounds like High Tech High.
Super fun
from back in San Diego with the movie and stuff that came out, and it sounds like they were doing it on a scale without AI. So now how can we do something along those lines with the AI built into it? I just don't know. It's overwhelming from my seat to go from where we're at now to that. So how do we get from our traditional 30 kids in a classroom, everybody's learning at the same pace, to that model and not take 100 years to get there? Because we asked our teachers just this year to use a different lesson plan template. And you would have thought we'd ask them to do 12,000 new things, let alone get to where we're asking that. So that's, I guess, that's my question. And that's probably maybe some of the angst in the room a little bit, is it's so much different. We all would love to see that. And I think we all appreciate that would get to a really, really, really appropriate and effective and efficient education system. But how do we get there?
Yeah, and I
from
think
there?
the question just to answer that before you pass the mic on, I think the answer to that is that that's not a simple answer for everyone, because you're running a different kind of block schedule and master schedule than these two probably. You might have it might be on. Yeah, but you can't go that far. So what we normally would say is that, well, start using your own Omni AI now. Like, that's why I had Brain Freeze and Aria here. Go talk to Cisco, because they're going to do all the security and the whole thing around it, like everything she talked about. You're going to have to update all of your classrooms so it has the audio visual, it has camera tracking, because you're going to go semi-hybrid on everything. Every lecture is going to be possibly having remote kids in satellite places, so you can split up how many teachers you have distributed across your pattern. But don't try to blow up everything overnight, because that will kill you. There will be people with pitchforks chasing you down the street.
Yes, and I don't want that.
Yes, I know. You're kind of adorable, so we don't want that for you. So what you have to start with first is keep what you have. What amount of it? Maybe it's just your flex hours. So instead of 1 flex hour, you go to 2. And in the flex time, you push all remedial learning and all electives. Shove core the other hours. Keep core the same as it's always been. Run time AI in that other flex. Okay? Which includes maybe music and band and some of your sports, right? So you start there. That's a baby step, right? It's still going to be hard. People are going to be like, like that's the way it is, right? But there is definitely a way to do it, but it depends on what you have for content now, the teachers you have now, what schedules are running now. Do you want to collapse the numbers of students you have in just on campus? Are you going to collapse your hybrid or your online programs into campus and make them hybrid? There's a lot of questions. It's not a simple answer. Because every school district is a different size and have different things, and there's cultural issues for you. Everything's a little bit of like, it's not a standard answer, but it can be done. You can definitely baby step anything. In fact, somebody asked me that just when I was in Virginia. They're like, "Yeah, but how do I do that?" And I'd be like, "You know what I do? I'd say I'd give a script to AI, and I would ask it. like I would say, here's me, and I want to do X. Give me my steps." See what I'm saying? It can be done. All right, over to you. Was that too
great.
much? Like,
Yeah,
what?
my brain's exploding. I went 27 different directions.
Did you? Good.
But yeah, so when Mason was up talking,
Yeah.
like I think that model, I think one of the school districts that's presented a couple conferences in Ohio, Chagrin Falls, they have pretty good, it's very similar. Find the people that want to do it, have them embrace it. Everybody kind of watches those people and go, "Oh, I want to do that too." That we do that with everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's fast enough with the way things are going, because we're talking about this right now, and then 6 months from now, 9 months from now, it's like, oh, this is already here and we didn't even know it, and now we got to go play catch up again. So I think the technology is going to just move so fast, it's going to force everybody, even if they're not ready. And we're all going to be ready because we're here talking about it. But
Yeah.
what do you do? Like, I mean, it's going to show up at your doorstep and you're going to go, all right, so where can it help us right now as quick as possible? One is the language barrier. We're all finding, language barriers in the classroom, that's the biggest one. A great question I had the other day. I have teachers now that'll open up Google Meet and they'll run a Google Meet so certain kids can just watch the transcript in their language, and they're like, hey, we don't have 3 of the languages, so how do we do that? And so we're trying to find solutions to that.
Yeah, that's why
But
I was
people,
introducing you to Bloom, so
yeah,
that's
it's
like a
great.
no-brainer.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Let's go. I'm probably gonna spend money on that. So but yeah, so we can use it to fill the gaps of like some things that are becoming a new thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's going to be forced upon us. That's really where it's
and
at.
changing humans is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Changing humans.
And the robot god will want to get rid of us. Right.
Yeah. Okay, Melissa.
Again, gears are going. There's a lot that's coming at us.
Yeah, it's fun.
And all of what was shared today, amazing stuff. Then you have to think about, we have some requirements from the state of Ohio that's just the way it is. And so how do you merge all of this new way of thinking, but also ensure that you are in guidance with some of the requirements that we have, good, bad, or ugly of them, just the way it is. And that is the game of all of this, regardless if it's AI or anything that comes out, is how do you, okay, is this one really worth it? Because if we do this, we got to take away from the, that kind of thing. So trying to map it out and figure out what, as they were sharing, like, what is the biggest impact now? Where can we move forward? Some of our staff is using AI, some are not. Tap into them, but they're also, a lot of times, I don't know if you guys find this, is my ones moving ahead forward are also running homecoming, and they're running this and they're running that, and they're on this committee because they are the go-to that. And so also balancing, it's awesome everything they're doing, but you got to balance what their requirements are. So
yeah,
trying to get that point, but it is coming fast, but you got to figure out what you can do now. And the one thing that was shared too today, it's everywhere. So how do you bring on facilities is already doing some things with HVAC and some of the camera components.
Probably your finance department's got some AI.
Not yet, but they're working on it.
You're going to talk to Bethany about that, right?
Yeah,
Bethany got you. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be coming down with that.
Yeah.
It's just depending on the resources that you have available.
Yeah.
So that is, it's just, you just have to pick what you're going to focus on now and move forward with it.
Yeah. I'm going to challenge you, like you. It sounded to me like you're going to have to add to your script that you put into AI for how you're going to do this, all the requirements that you have. Because I don't think AI is going to know all of the state requirements you guys have, right? It does know all the academic standards I found.
Well,
it's pretty good.
It does pretty well.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It does.
I have lawyers tell me that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, go ahead. Pick it up.
No,
yeah, it is pretty good from picking that out.
Our EMIS coordinator will sit and read through these scripts. I was like, will you just take that, put it in, and ask your question? There's your answer. It's done. I mean, any legal document is answered. Because we're not lawyers. We can't interpret.
Yeah. I all said the same thing. Yeah. So you guys have figured all that out, like how to actually answer that question. Like how do I move forward? But I think I want to end off on just one final, maybe fast round of comments, and that is this. You saw the multiple AIs, okay? Text AI, you just got into, about diffusion AI, which is generating images, which apparently is getting better and better and better and better. Mm-hmm. There's also AI that will generate from a script alone each scene and then the video to each scene, and you could edit at each point and it'll make a full motion video for you. That's pretty awesome, right? So, and then those 3D AI, right? That'll take two-dimensional images, like in law enforcement, 2 scenes of a crime scene, and it'll build the 3-dimensional, so you can see like the trajectory of bullets and stuff like that, a crime scene. All this is coming here. The holographic AI is coming, okay? But when you add in time AI, that's what you all saw as the real game changer, because that's a structural shift. It allows you to Uberize what used to be a flat central hub transportation industry of learning, right? It's a difference in structure. It's also hard. But what you gain, and this is your final comment, Arena, is the ability to 100% personalize pace and place and what they're learning at what point, right? Like second grade, third grade, fourth grade, where's this kid at? But don't give up the intersection of the live human teaching, which we all know is our big quarrel with online, right? But it's hard. So what's your final comment on all that?
When are you opening your school?
Haha, we already have one in pilot,
There we go.
but it's not really mine.
But I think that's what people need to see. I think people need to see it in action. Educators need to see that this actually works to be able to take that leap, because they know in their mind, this worked for me, this level of education that we're doing, so it's going to work for the next group. Not really, but judging. So to be able to see it in action and be able to see
The logistics,
that
you
model,
mean?
well, just anything, the kids' reactions, the parents' reactions, how the teachers are doing things, how this actually works.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, that's like, High Tech High. We got to go out there and see that, and got to see that in action, and other people tried to bring that back and replicate it as well too. So
That's kind of like School of One, right? And even in the private school industry, using your own individual pace workbooks and moving by pace alone, because they never have enough teachers in a little private school, right? So everyone's doing independent work by themselves. These models have existed forever. It's the logistics difference. It's not really what I try to do is downplay how great it is, because the difference between the taxi industry and Uber is a faster logistics and geocoding, right?
Mhm.
Where you are, versus a dispatcher in a central hub and how far the taxi has to drive to get to you, versus just tapping somebody driving by right now, hey, will you accept this ride? It's a logistical thing. And what we found with School of One and these other guys and every other place that we looked at, when I looked at from a research perspective, was one thing. Humans running logistic is a catastrophe.
agreed.
It's like trying to plan your own wedding if it's going to be a large one. Forget it. It's really hard. You need to hire somebody, right?
Yeah.
So all the catering and all that other stuff, right? That's the only thing. Is humans as logistical organizers the reason snail mail dominated until FedEx came in, right? And the whole plane industry. Can you imagine not having some sort of computer system behind all the planes landing at JFK Airport, or LaGuardia? Like if this was all manual, eyeballs in the snowstorm, really, we would be dying in the air, right? This would not be pretty. So logistics is really the only difference. So what's your comment on that? And then we'll go to final comments all around.
Well, yeah, I mean, logistics definitely is the hardest piece. If you've ever done a master schedule or anything like that, that's a nightmare. So now we've got computer programs and things like that help us build that out. So again, and I sound like a broken record, but this is all about adult stuff. This is all about adult implementation, getting adults to jump on board with you, go through this new crazy idea of what it is, and to be able to see it is a lot easier to get them on board and be able to do that with. I think you said, get some crazy people out that want to do this new idea and roll with it. So how can we do that? And where are those crazy people that are willing to jump on board and do this type of stuff?
Absolutely.
So.
All right. Well, what's education is, if you go all the way back, I'm trying to instill some sort of knowledge on a younger generation. That's why we're here. We want to teach our kids so they can survive in the world we live in.
Right.
But we don't know what this world is going to be. So I need to instill our knowledge onto our children, but I'm not giving them the right tools. We need to adapt and embrace those tools so those kids can learn with it. So, because we're really learning it right now too. So it's like almost alien technology, right? We're using something, and it's not human. We took chips and put them in a box and powered them up with some electricity, and they're like, yeah, we're smarter than you now. So we're trying to learn from a model that's going to teach our kids they're going to take the information from that if we give it to them or not. So we need to give it to them in a safe way that they can understand and build critical thinking in with it too. And that's really, that's, I guess, my final say. Let's go, let's use it. How do we do it? And that's somebody probably has to go in AI and tell us how to do that.
Yeah. Okay, Melissa.
I'll follow up with Brian. It is the adult learner that we have to look at, and not even just talking to our staff and our administration. You have families out there, and the families have a certain perspective of what education is going to be. You have your advanced adopters that they're computer programmers or something. They see all this coming down, but at the same time, we have some generational families that I have grandpas raising students and things where we have to bring them on board too, because it's just not what's happening in our four walls. It's the whole community as you go down this path and change the experience in education. Right. So that's always, you have to be cognizant of that, because we may be, because the gears are going, we can do this, but it's not everybody's vision for their classrooms to be this way, for their students' education to be that way. We saw it during COVID. Most of my help, I was out, it was the aunts, the great aunts, the great uncles, I can't figure out how to log into a Chromebook. I can't figure out this. I still get those calls because there's a generational gap on that. So as we talk about our next moves, we always have to be cognizant that it is about the adult learners and our teachers and our staff and administrators, but it is also our community. We have to bring our community along. And they watch enough documentaries and they watch enough TikTok that the sky is falling with cybersecurity, and everybody's going to, so it's an educational component that you have to sell on that aspect too.
Yeah. There seems to be we need this, we want this, and we want, but humans are interesting beasts, aren't they? So this has been a really great conversation. Let's give them all a round of applause, please. Thank you very much. Woo! Thank you guys for being with me.